Madam Speaker, I rise today to honor the life and legacy of Billy Brandon Gibson of Huntsville, Alabama, who passed away on 6 October 2020. Bill was born on 1 November 1920 in Blount County, Alabama, to Laura and George W. Gibson. When World War II broke out, Billy wanted nothing more than to wear the Marine uniform and to join the fight against the Axis powers. It would take Billy 2 attempts to become a Marine. His first try was in 1941. And at 6 foot 3 inches tall, Billy was deemed too tall for his weight. He tried again about 2 years later, before which he ate 1/2 dozen bananas and drank a quart of buttermilk in order to gain more weight when he arrived at the recruiting office. He also bent his knees as he was measured for his height, putting him at an even 6 feet. His efforts were successful, and they enlisted him in the Marine Corps at that time. Billy quit his job at the cotton mill, trained on a 60-millimeter mortar equipment, and then was qualified as a sharpshooter. He then headed out to the South Pacific. His first stop was Guadalcanal, where his military career almost ended when he got hit in the head and shoulder by a military vehicle. His right ear was dangling by a thread and his shoulder was broken. His superiors wanted to send him home, but he begged to go on to fight in Okinawa, but he kept being told he was not fit for combat. They ultimately agreed to let him go fight, and fight he did. After his company landed on Okinawa, he was part of the battle referred to as 82 days of hell and rain. He does not recall being scared all the time, but he did say his worst scare came from a rat. Just before they had made it to the front line, he and his buddies stopped at a torn-down house where they were going to sleep. During the night, a rat jumped out of the attic and hit him in the chest. He said that event was the closest he ever came to dying up to that point. Later during the fight, he almost drowned in his foxhole, and a mortar round exploded less than 3 feet away from him, killing all 5 men around him. Billy once said that the greatest adventure you can ever have is to go into mortal combat and beat the enemy. He is proud of what he and his fellow Marines did on behalf of our country. At least one Marine credits Billy with saving his life. He and Billy were behind a bluff trying to sneak up on a sniper in a cave. As his buddy was moving from behind one boulder to another, he got shot in the chest. Billy called him and called for the corpsman to come tend to him. He did not see how his buddy would survive those injuries. Nonetheless, Billy got him to safety and went back to take out the sniper. Later, after the Marines had left Okinawa, Billy received a letter from his injured Marine buddy thanking him for saving his life. Billy said he never felt like a hero. He said he was just doing his job. Billy's outfit, Company A of the 6th Marine Division's 1st Battalion, 29th Regiment, suffered 300% casualties. In other words, Company A was basically wiped out 3 times. Miraculously, Billy and 4 other Marines were the only original company members who were not killed or wounded. After serving our country, Billy married and met his wife, Alma Christine Gibson. They moved to Huntsville, Alabama, and Billy went to work for NASA in the Space and Missile Program. He was awarded the prestigious Silver Snoopy Award for his work there. Billy enjoyed attending his church, fishing, and playing in a local bowling league, but his favorite pastime was golfing. His grandchildren say that he was his hero and he was everything they dreamed a grandpa could be. Billy was striving to make it to his 100th birthday, and boy, did he get close. Unfortunately, he passed away just 26 days shy of achieving that mark, and just 25 days shy of celebrating 73 years with his beloved wife. Left to cherish his memory are his loving wife, Alma Christine Gibson, 2 sons, Gregory and Roger, 2 daughters, Kathy and Karen, 7 grandchildren, and 15 great-grandchildren, 4 of which are my grandkids. Madam Speaker, Billy Gibson was a true American hero, a man of faith and a member of America's greatest generation. His life embodies selfless service and serves as an example to all. My wife, Gina, and I offer our deepest condolences to the Gibson family. I have requested the United States flag be flown over our nation's capital to honor the life and legacy and service of Billy Gibson. As I close today, I urge all Americans to continue praying for our country during these difficult times, for our veterans, for our military service men and women, and for our first responders who keep us safe at home.